focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Come on, gotta go.
They go play action with Trubisky. Finding Gabriel complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
18.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Go.
Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Trubisky to throw again. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Haloti in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. 4th down. Here's Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Josh Bellamy from 21 yards away. And the Bears are in for 6. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense, with 2 guys going up for the football. Which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt. The will, as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense. Field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here we go. 120.
4 down. Check. 4 down. 4 down.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Come on now.
Now then, after the
Let's
sack,
go.
it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Move.
Set. Blue 80.
Even. 4 down. Even.
What's that?
To throw is Wentz.
I got him.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
What's that, son?
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's going to let one fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Hey, rip 5-2. Hot here. Rip.
58, boys. 58. 58 is Mike.
Listen.
To throw, it's Wentz.
We want it.
The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Wentz now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. He's got his man. This is Tate. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
4 down.
Sit up. 180.
Check.
Red, sit up.
50.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Strong right.
Blue.
2nd and 10, it's Trubisky again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Done by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Porky, 82, Porky. Here we go. Blue 80.
Check. You gonna get this?
Now it's a Johnny. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Run.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here we go.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Hey, ram.
Working from the gun, Wentz.
Watch 19. Watch left.
Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Tight right.
Sit up. 180.
Check.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
We're go. Let's go.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep. It got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They run. This is Cohen. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they moved.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nigel Bradham able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, we got 4.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Trubisky will throw.
So statistically,
that is intercepted at the goal line. picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
There we go. Back man. Blue 80.
44. Mike, 44.
What's that?
Bring it.
They'll start out on the ground with a J. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tight, double tight.
Here we go. 120.
Check. Fresno.
They run again with a J. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
3 down.
Set. 120.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
This 5-2. Sunday. Great.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, they'll run it again at Sproles. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Hey, got tight left, tight ends left.
Run.
From midfield, here's Wentz. A dump off to Sproles. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Go. 120!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here we go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
3 down.
This is Ajayi. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Hey. We got 3 down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
We can't be totally sure that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
What's that?
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Eagles are going to win the football game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.